What's up, everybody? Ben Reza here for Odd Chopper. I'm back. College football Saturday, week 7. The season is absolutely rolling on. We're starting to get deep into conference play. National championship pitcher is coming into focus. Playoff pitcher is coming into focus. Big games, random games, everything in between. We're taking a handful. We're making a parlay. We're going to try to cash a plus money ticket, something that has eluded us on this video so far. But I want to welcome you to the channel. All things betting, from picks to tools to process. Take a look around at what we've got going on here at Odd Shopper. I'll talk a little about it throughout the video. If you like what you see, though, make sure to subscribe. If you want to support me, hit the like button. It goes a long way. Last week on this video, it was my best college football week of the year. But this video is about hitting a parlay, and we went 2 for 3. Not going to get it done. USC got to be better. So let's spin the wheel, run it back once again. Here we go. You guys know the drill. First up, and if you survive through the first game, I respect it because this is a gross game. Autoplay until further notice. I bet this last week. It cruised over. They had 35 points in the first quarter. I will be betting the over on Ball State until they start adjusting these numbers. I'm not sure anyone's paying attention. This might be the worst game in the entire country. That's not a joke. Ball State and Kent State. Ball State is just horrendously bad, and they are favored on the road, which just shows you how bad Kent State is. We'll talk about Kent State in just a second. Ball State, their defense is the worst. I'm speaking in absolute extremes, but I actually mean these things. Ball State's defense is the worst defense I've ever seen. They're 1-4 on the year. They gave up 34 points to an FCS school, 62 to Miami, 37 to Central Michigan, 63 to James Madison, and 45 to Western Michigan. There's 134 teams in the country. Ball State, yards per carry allowed, last. 8.6 yards per play allowed, last. 51.8 points allowed, 133rd. 565 yards per game allowed, 133rd. They're almost last in every pertinent category. They can't stop anybody. Kent State is also a disaster. They gave up 70 points almost. They gave up 71 points to Tennessee, 56 points to Penn State. They scored 0 points in those games. They lost to an FCS school. But last week, they scored 33 points of their own. They lost 52 to 33. This is a simple breakdown for me. Kent State's going to score. Everyone's going to score on Ball State. And Kent State's not going to be able to stop anybody anyway. Ball State's offense is no good, but they're not terrible. They're 99th in points per game. They're going to put up their points. Every game is destined for a shootout with them because their defense simply cannot stop anybody. Kent State has been playing quarterback roulette. Some of it has been injury related, but I'll tell you, I actually think that through some randomness, maybe they're getting a little better on the offensive side because it couldn't have gone much worse. And then you look at their last game against Eastern Michigan. It really wasn't that bad with this Ulatowski character. 3 touchdowns through the air, 345 yards passing. Ball State's not going to be able to stop that. So this is simple. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. I think both teams will clear 30 points, though. I have this going over the total to set things off. So there you have it. Ball State and Kent State to get the parlay started. Now, 2 more picks coming your way, but I also want to mention right off the bat, if you haven't been inside the ropes at Odd Chopper, if you like this video and you're saying, man, I can't get this parlay through. Parlays are fun. I love doing this video, but it's not all I do. Far from it. If you go into the marketplace, if you go into Tails, you will absolutely be able to see all the picks. They drop in real time. It's an awesome platform, one we spent a lot of time developing. You see me right there if you're interested in my stuff. Not only that, you get to come right into the Discord. So you could say, here's the plays that are sinking right in. It's not just obviously college football, all different sports, all different action. And then we've got all these channels as well. We're hanging out, we're asking questions, we're making plays, we're building lotto tickets, all sorts of stuff. Just an absolutely great time in there. I would love for you to be part of it. I'd love for you to check it out. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it is, though. 50% off. Jazzraz50 is that code. I always want to make it very, very appealing and very affordable for everybody. The link is in the description. I'll see you guys in there. Come on in and give it a try this weekend. See if it changes your process, hopefully for the better. Now, let's get to it. Here we go. Second game up. Don't worry. This is a lot better game. The last 2, actually, are normal games, so we can rest easy. Doesn't mean you're going to win them, but at least they're good games. Ole Miss, -3, -115. This is certainly no easy task. I am going against LSU at night. Chance of rain is never style. Really difficult place to play in Death Valley. Ole Miss is just better, though, man. laying 3 at -115. So let's talk about these teams. Ole, Ole Miss got tripped up. I don't really understand what happened there, but I'm honestly not that worried. This is a team. I'm a big fan of their quarterback in Dart. I like Lane Kiffin. Potent offense, but it's not even that side of the ball. Their defense is aggressive. They are good. They are top 10 in so many metrics, including sack percentage, which I think can come into play here. They have a defensive line that is fresh, that has plenty of rotational pieces. I think they're going to cause a lot of problems for LSU. Now, both these teams, they've been playing some games. They are banged up. Keep an eye on Trey Harris in particular for Ole Miss. Laundry list of injuries there, but LSU's missing some guys too. Perkins torn ACL. And I'm just not sure how good LSU is. So let's take a look at their schedule and their season so far. They lost to USC in a game that I didn't think they should have lost to open the season. Then they've rebounded. They're 4-1. Who have they beat? They beat South Carolina by 3 points in a very hard fought game. They beat Nicholls State, an FCS opponent. They beat UCLA, who might as well be an FCS opponent at this point, and South Alabama, who obviously is not able to hang with the talent of LSU. 62-point total is pretty healthy. I think the game plays to that. I'm just not sure that LSU can hold up on either side of the ball. We saw Mississippi look pretty good last week. They rebounded nicely, kind of one going away. Dart was crisp. They just have so much talent on the defensive side of the ball. Whereas I look at LSU, their pass defense in particular is very concerning. 103rd in opponent completion percentage, 100th on the dot in opponent yards per game passing. I think they're going to struggle here. And yes, when you're at home, there is no doubt that that atmosphere is very hard to quantify. Of course, it's baked into this line. How much, how little, again, that's up for us to decide. For me, Ole Miss will go in there and get the job done. Dart will be crisp on the offensive side. They will get a lot of pressure on LSU and really test that offensive line. Big SEC road win for Ole Miss. So, in a parlay that no other person could possibly come up with, we've got the over in Ball State. We've got Ole Miss. Now, let's get to the final leg of this. And I mentioned before, betting parlays. It's fun as hell, but it's really difficult at times. The variance is gigantic. One of the ways to mitigate that is use bonus bets, things of that nature. Bet365 has you covered in that regard if you're in one of their states. Click the link in the description to find out if you are. If you are, though, I would suggest considering getting $200 in bonus bets. What you have to do that is put in $10 and bet $5 on any game. Even if you lose that bet, it doesn't matter. You're getting 200 in bonus bets. That's it. It's that simple. You got to be 21 plus, of course, 18 in Kentucky. Please play responsibly. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. But if you are betting parlays, if you are betting a lot of different things, having $200 to kind of splash around and take those chances really adds up quickly. So I'd really encourage people, don't leave money on the table if you are eligible. We set the tone. We're 2 for 2, hopefully. Now we got to find the last game. Well, it starts right after it. West Virginia. Like everything, by the way, I always encourage, make sure you're using OddsShopper's odds screen to shop this. I'm doing this on DraftKings right now. Numbers are moving around. This was just at 3.5. Now it's at 3 at -108. I still like that number, but always want to shop. Shopping is very important for parlay, straight bets, anything you're doing. Get the best price, maximize your value. West Virginia, a team that I was so close to adjusting my priors on. I was saying, man, I screwed this up. I really liked them when the season started. Maybe they are the team that I thought, because they certainly didn't show it early. They lost to Penn State in a bizarre game. Then they crushed me against Pittsburgh in a game they should have won. They melted down. They're up 10 points late, couldn't get stops. They rallied to beat Kansas, and then they crushed Oklahoma State last time out by 24 points on the road. This is the team that I always thought. Garrett Green is taking care of the ball finally. He's a dual threat. West Virginia has a really good offensive line. They can create holes. They can run the ball. They have a fatal flaw. It is their secondary. So I asked the question, is Iowa State built to exploit the fatal flaw? That's the question we have to answer here. Iowa State's a cool team. I like them a lot. They're 5-0. Not super impressed with what they've done, but that's a product of the schedule, not them. North Dakota, Iowa by 1, Arkansas State, Houston 20-0, and they beat Baylor by 22, but they were trailing at halftime. Now they got to hit the road going into Morgantown. This is a tough spot. This is a toss-up game. I'm getting 3. I could kind of leave it at that. I just look at Iowa State and the way they're built. I like their quarterback. Beck's a good player. I still don't think that they're a prolific passing attack. If you can mitigate that advantage, I think West Virginia has a lot of advantages on the other side of the ball. I think they will control the line of scrimmage. Green will be hopefully efficient. and we'll get out of there with what I think is going to be a minor upset. I'm going to call for West Virginia to win this game. Certainly going to take the 3. If you can find 3.5 and you're not laying extra juice, even better. Let's recap it. Here we go. Over 60 points in the Ball State game. Ole Miss -3, West Virginia +3. You put it all together, you're getting just under 6-1. Look at that. Plus 587. You could bet them all straight. Don't mind this stuff. That's not what we're here for. We're here for this. We're here to cash that plus money ticket. Only takes a couple to make it profitable for the entire season. If you have any questions on anything that I did, how to get in Discord, any of that, at Jazzerez Bets on Twitter. Happy to help. Happy to support anything you guys are doing. I'm there and available. Let's get it done this week with these 3 games. So much action. Cannot wait to see it. Win or lose, we'll be back next week. For me, for Ball State, Kent State, Ole Miss, LSU, and West Virginia. Good luck. Enjoy the weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon.